Hi, sixth grade artist. Sorry I can't be there today, but instead you do have Mr. Bond filling in for me, so yay! Everyone say thank you, Mr. Bond. All right, hopefully we actually did it. I'm going to be walking you through what our goals are for today, and as soon as I'm finished, then we'll be able to get supplies out and get started. For right now, I want to make sure that your Chromebooks are shut, that our voices are at a level of 0, and that our eyes are looking up at the screen so that we all know what's going on. So again, close all Chromebooks, all voices at a level 0, and everybody looking up at the screen so that we all know what it is that we're doing today. All right, so the first thing that we're going to be doing, and again, keep your Chromebook shut, is that you're going to be doing a pre-assessment on Schoology. This is just a way for me to gather some information on what your knowledge is on color theory and color mixing. So this isn't going to go count towards your grade at this point. It is just for me to be able to see where you guys are at with this. So that's going to be the first thing that we do. I will get you started on that at the end of this video. The second thing that we're going to be doing is finishing the Spaces and Places project, hopefully getting it finished. If you don't finish it in class today, you're going to want to take that home over the weekend and get that finished up. After you're finished with that project, you're going to be grading yourself using the rubric. Now the rubrics are in the back or in like the corner of the room on the counters back by the lamp. Point to where that is in the room. You should see everybody pointing at that corner in the room. It's by the lamp on the countertops. There's a yellow sign that says rubrics. That's where they're located. This is what they look like, and this is what you're going to need to fill out when you're done with your project. So you should be grading yourself on if you were able to create a sense of space or depth within your work with a super quick explanation on the back. Is your work original? Did you apply new methods and techniques, or did you grow with techniques that you've used before? And did you engage and persist and work, use at least 3 class periods? Those are the things that I'm going to be grading on. If you are stuck with, that first one of creating the illusion of space, you can always look on the back of that rubric and it's going to show, the things that we use, the different ways that we use to create the illusion of space, either atmospheric perspective or linear perspective. If you use any of these, you can write that down for, how you created the illusion of space in your work. All right, so again, grade yourself using the rubric. It's in the corner, on the counter. Get one, grade yourself. Tell me why you graded yourself the way that you did. For step 4, you're going to be taking a picture of your artwork and putting it on your website. And then also adding your artist statement to the website as well. I've had a couple of questions that were pretty good, such as, how do I get back to my website after I've made it? There are a couple different ways that you can do this. One, if you open a new tab, and again, don't do this yet. All Chromebooks should still be closed right now. But if you open a new tab and you go to where your apps are, that like funny square-shaped square made out of little squares, click on that and you should see one of your apps that's called Sites. So if you click on that, it'll take you there. The other way you can do that, if, let's say you don't have that under your apps, if you just type in sites.google.com/new, it'll take you there as well. So either one of those methods will get you to your website. And then from there, you'll be able to open it up. So that's how you get back to it. I've also had some questions about, what is the artist statement and what else do we put it on there? So remember, if you go to our class website and go to assignments, artist website, that assignment page will tell you everything that goes on there. So remember, you have a home page and you have a 6th grade art page. If you click on here, it'll tell you what goes on your home page, although it also tells you right here. And then if you click here, it'll tell you what goes on your 6th grade art page in more detail, because this doesn't tell you a whole lot yet. So if you do click on there, it'll take you to the example, and it shows you what goes on there. So what goes on the artist bio, what goes on artwork number 1, the questions you're supposed to answer to create the artist statement, and that you have to have a picture. So the artwork number 1, artist statement, and picture of your project, and the artist bio should all be on your website. Plus, you need to have your home page filled out, and these are some suggestions of some stuff that you could put on your home page. Your home page is different than your 6th grade art page. You got 2 different pages here, so make sure you're paying attention to which page you're on when you're editing your website. All right. So take a picture of your work, put it on your website. So I just gave you a reminder of what goes on there. The other thing that you might be confused on is how to do that. So if we go back to our art class website and the assignment page for the artist website, if you scroll down, these videos will show you how to do that. So how to get started. I think most of you have done this already, but just in case you haven't, this is going to tell you how to get started. This video is going to show you how to add pictures and text. One thing to note is that the camera app does look a little bit different, probably because of the latest update. So you still do the same process of, take a picture using your camera app, go to your gallery, but instead of clicking save to disk down at the bottom, there's like a little arrow-shaped thing that says upload to disk or something like that. So there's a couple subtle changes in there. And then to personalize, this video is going to show you how to change the background and to, change the themes and some colors and, other fun stuff like that. So this will tell you how to personalize. So all this should show you how to get your website started, how to add stuff, and then how to personalize it. All right, so that's the website. Finally, once you finish that, you're going to be paper clipping your rubric. That was this. Paperclip your rubric to your artwork and place in the turn-in folder on the counter. The paper clips are back there. The turn-in folder is back there. The rubrics are back there. There were some pens back there, but there's probably not anymore. And then the big poster that tells you, explains how to turn stuff in is all back there. So make sure you're looking, reading that to tell you what it is that you need to do. One quick thing that I want to share for today, which I know that some of you might not be happy with, is that I do not want any ink being used today. So any of the stuff from the Printmaking Center, the ink bottles, we are not using those today because I have a sub, and even though Mr. Bond is super awesome and great, actually because he's super awesome and great, I do not want him or you or me or our custodians to deal with anyone using inks today without me being there. It just doesn't work out very well. So no inks today, no brayers, no rolling pins, nothing from the Printmaking Center. Drawing Center is still fine. And really Drawing Center and Collage is the only stuff that's open today. Nothing from the Printmaking Center today. So again, no inks to be used today. However, you do have some other options. So after you get all this stuff in, you have the Make, Clean, Explore options. So if you want to make something new because you're finished with everything, then go for it. You can go digital and do this is sand or weave silk, or you could go back to if you go to the Art Center and then the Drawing Center one, these Art for Kids Hub and the Cartooning for Kids, these websites are really fun. These would be kind of cool for you to go through and look through trying to draw some fun things. Or if you would prefer, you could do Weave Silk, you could do This Is Sand, you could do Pixlr.com if you want to go digital, or you can just grab a new piece of paper and just kind of doodle or play around with some different materials. If you want to clean, check out the jobs board on the art room jobs board on the whiteboard. Or if you want to do explore, that would be the inspiration page on the website. You could check out any of the videos and other fun things that are on these sites or any of the other sites that are on here. Check out the YouTube channels, check out the local art museum websites. Those are all good options for you as well. Please remember that there are absolutely no games allowed on your Chromebooks. You are only allowed to use your Chromebooks for art class, and that is it. No playing games, no watching other people playing games. None of that in here, please. All right. So that's all I have. Finally, last thing is I'm going to be walking you through how to do this pre-assessment on Schoology. So at this time, I want you to open up your Chromebooks, and I want you to go to the art class course on Schoology. So again, we're going to do this right now. Open up your Chromebooks and go to that. If you do not have your Chromebook, Mr. Bond is going to give you the paper version of this instead. So again, if you do not have your Chromebook, raise your hand and Mr. Bond will be able to give you the paper version instead. All right, so once we are on Schoology, you're going to be going to where it says Color Theory Pre-Assessment. And again, this is not going to count towards your grade right now. This is for me to gather information about how much you know. So do your best with it, but also don't worry if you don't get something right. Go ahead and click on that and get started. And then for those of you that are working on paper, get started with that right away. As soon as you're finished, you can hit submit and exit out, or give your paper to Mr. Bond, and then get back to these things. Good luck.